You have one new message. First message.
Hey, it's it's me, your ex. I I know I'm probably the last person you'd want to hear from, and it's Sienna, by the way. Just to be clear, I don't even know if you have my number saved anymore. It's a miracle you haven't blocked me already. But still, I just I guess I just wanted to talk to you. I just needed to hear your voice. And I know that you probably hate me for breaking it off like I did, with no real reason, and trust me, I do too. We had a good thing going and I ruined it. I just, I wanted to clear the air, I guess. I know it's cliche and you hate it that I said it's not me, it's you, but I was seriously telling the truth back then. I just didn't know how to tell you. Don't know how to tell you and not involve you in this mess that shouldn't involve innocent people, and definitely not you. I I'm doing it now, I guess, but by the time you get this, well, there's no turning back for me. At least after tomorrow. Oh, God, I knew I should have written this out like I used to. Is this making any sense? I feel like I'm just rambling and stringing incoherent thoughts together. To be honest, I don't know if I hope you never open this voicemail. Delete it as soon as you wake up and move on without me. Happy to never think of me again, or you listen. You hear me out so we can both have some closure, I guess. Closure is such a selfish thought. But I'm sorry. I just needed to tell you, or at least I needed to get this off my chest because this might be my last chance. And I couldn't stand the thought of letting you believe that you did something wrong. That I fell out of love with you or something. I I'm gonna do something really horrible tomorrow. I just wanted to tell you that I'm sorry. And no, it won't be a simple heist on a bank or breaking villains out of prison like I'd normally do. This time, it'll be even worse than anything I've done so far. And by the time I'm done, any semblance of peace this city had will probably be gone. I I know what you're thinking. You're probably wondering why on earth I'm even telling you all this. But please, just hear me out. Do you do you remember what I told you before we broke up? I I said that I had something I wanted to do, right? And that it was something I had to do alone. I remember you asking me what it was I wanted to do with this shattered look on your face. And I swear, I thought about leaving this plan behind, of never making you look at me like that again. But I couldn't, because this is important. This is bigger than you or me. And then I just left, without ever giving you an answer. For the longest time, I wondered if I should ever tell you. But now that it's come to this, I don't think there will be a better time than any. About a year after we finally became heroes, and I was so proud I could finally follow in my parents' footsteps, I found out that they didn't die in an accident while out on a mission like it was reported in the news. They were murdered. A week before their deaths, my parents had apparently found documents proving corruption was taking place within the association. And so the association wanted them gone. And I found the documents showing they hired someone to assassinate my parents. So the thing I wanted to do that was so important was to avenge my parents. But that's not even the worst part. My parents weren't the first. Ravenborn, High Gloom, Nebula, practically every hero who died in an accident or has gone missing was killed by the association. All because they found out about the shady things they were doing. I couldn't believe it at first when I read those documents. I mean, I trusted them. They took care of me when my parents passed. It never once crossed my mind that they had something to do with their deaths. I thought long and hard about what to do with those documents after. At first, I thought about confronting the higher-ups about it, but I had a feeling that wouldn't go too well. Then I considered going to the police, but I realized that too would be useless since they've got ties to the association. And uploading anything about it online wouldn't do anything, since the association would just easily take it down before they made it to mainstream media. My options were limited. And I realized that if I didn't do anything sooner, it was very possible that I could end up like the other heroes before me. I had to do something quick. If I wanted to fight the association, if I wanted a shot at getting revenge, I needed to fight dirty, like a villain would. I never told you any of this back then, because I knew if I told you, you'd have quit the association as well. And I didn't want that. I didn't want you throwing away your dreams of becoming a hero for my sake. I'm not worth that. You know, sometimes I do think about what would have happened between us if I didn't read any of those documents. Maybe we'd have bought a nice house together, adopted a cat or two, and traveled across the world like we talked about when we were younger. Maybe we could have stayed happy together. I don't know if you're still listening, but if you are, all I wanted to say is that I'm so sorry for everything. I wish things didn't have to be like this. And I know you probably don't feel the same anymore, but regardless of everything that happened in the past and everything that'll happen in the future, I want you to know that I still love you. Always. You will always be my favorite person in this entire world. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything you've done for me. For making me so happy for the time we spent together. And I'm sorry for being such a selfish person. Alright, I think that's it. Love you. Take care of yourself. Bye.
End of messages. Message saved.